She was a teenage lifeguard on her first real job. Her mother drove her to work, and within hours she was gone, leaving behind only her sandals, her chair, and a haunting suspicion that her mother may have already seen the man responsible. This is the case of Molly Bish. For the Bish family, Warren, Massachusetts was supposed to be a safe place, a quiet town of just under 5,000 people, a place far removed from the violence of the Detroit neighborhood they had left behind years earlier. Molly Bish had grown up here. At 16 years old, she was responsible, driven, and proud of landing her first real job, a lifeguard position at Warren Pond. Her mother, Magi Bish, remembers how important that job was to her. Molly worked hard for it, but the pond, while beautiful, was surrounded by dense woods and was relatively isolated. On June 27, 2000, Molly's 7th day on the job, Maggie drove her daughter to work just as she had done before. The morning felt normal, but 3 hours later, Maggie's phone rang. It was the local police. They told her something was wrong. There had been no lifeguard on duty all day, and Molly's belongings were just sitting unattended on the beach. When Maggie arrived at Warren Pond, her fear became real. Molly's sandals were there, along with her beach chair, lunch, first aid kit, and even her two-way radio. Everything Molly needed to do her job was exactly where it should have been, except Molly. Search teams flooded the area, helicopters hovered overhead, divers searched the water, dogs combed the surrounding woods, but there was no sign of her. Molly's father, John Bish Sr., would later describe the feeling as hollow, a quiet, sinking realization that something terrible had happened. Almost immediately, Maggie was convinced her daughter had been abducted, and then a chilling memory resurfaced. The day before Molly disappeared, Maggie had driven her to the pond as usual. As they pulled into the parking lot, a white car was parked next to them. Inside sat a man. He was smoking, and something about him made Maggie uneasy. He didn't smile, or nod, or even acknowledge her. Maggie walked Molly down to the beach, never taking her eyes off the man. When she returned to the parking lot, he was still there. She locked eyes with him. He stared back, calm, unbothered, almost cocky. Maggie waited until he finally left before she drove away. The next morning, Maggie once again drove Molly to the pond. The man in the white car was gone. Instead, there was a sand truck unloading material onto the beach, working movers around, visible and present. It felt safe. Maggie left her daughter there, but she would never see her alive again. Investigators quickly focused on the man in the white car. The sand truck driver told police he had seen a similar vehicle parked at the pond earlier that morning, just before Molly arrived. Across the pond sat a cemetery. A worker there also reported seeing a white car that same morning. A narrow path connected the cemetery directly to the swimming area. Molly's father believes this path is how she was taken, away from the pond, through the woods, and into a waiting car. Based on Maggie's detailed recollection, police released a composite sketch of the man she had seen, but leads went nowhere. As months passed, the Bish family refused to let Molly be forgotten. They launched email campaigns and even created a website to share Molly's photo with tens of thousands of people. But still, nothing. Desperate for answers, Maggie contacted forensic sketch artist Jeanne Boylan, known for her work on the Unabomber and Polly Klaas cases. For 9 hours, the two women sat together. They talked, they remembered, and they focused on details others might dismiss. Finally, Jeanne added one last detail, the man's hand holding a cigarette. When Maggie saw the finished sketch, she felt instant fear. She recognized him. The eyes, the confidence, the stare. She was certain this was the man she had encountered. 3 years after Molly vanished, her remains were discovered roughly 5 miles from Warren Pond. The news devastated the community. Molly Bish had not walked away. She had been taken and murdered. The case remains open and active. In 2021, Francis P. Sumner Sr., a man with prior convictions for sexual assault and kidnapping, who was active in the area at that time, was named a person of interest. However, DNA testing in 2022 ruled out his son as a match. No arrests have been made. A $100,000 reward is still being offered for information leading to the arrest of whoever took Molly Bish's life. Molly Bish was 16 years old. She was proud of her job. She was trusted with the safety of others, and she disappeared in a place that was supposed to be safe. Her mother believes she looked evil in the eye and survived, but her daughter did not. And somewhere, someone still knows exactly what happened at Warren Pond. Cold case, unsolved.